everybody. I'm Heather Lockett, and this is Lasting Conversations. When this airs, it's going to be February 14th here in the States and Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is celebrated around the world in different ways and perhaps not celebrated at all. But really, every day is a day of love and reflection, and love is all around us. So I'm going to just kind of muse, pose some questions, have a few readings, and talk a little bit about what love is to me and hopefully to the rest of us. My day actually started by the ocean, which was a loving gift from a cousin of mine who's visiting, who said, sure, come and stay with us. And so the sun rose over the ocean and the birds were out, and it was absolutely exquisite. So to me, that is love. Many times you might hear me talk about the hum. Love to me is a hum, because love is an energy. It's an essence. It is how we feel. It is how we feel more than many of the other things that we associate with love, which I'll get into in some of the words that I'll be reading and sharing. But the hum really is a harmonic, and it's that, it's the yum of something yummy that we've eaten or that someone has cooked for us. It is the yum of children playing and hugging. It's the hum of a hug. It is the hum of some beautiful music. It is the hum of our very universe, or the very stars and our planets and the very earth that we live in. So sometimes we might feel a little disjointed from that, and that's okay, because as is music, there is jazz and there is beautiful sonnets. And speaking of sonnet, I'm going to go ahead and start with a little bit of Shakespeare. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Shall I compare these to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed, and fair, and every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed, but thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou out'st, nor shall death brag, outwandereds in his shade, when in eternal lines to time thou growest, so long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Excuse Mr. Shakespeare for how I read those lines, but the very feel of it broadens many perspectives of who we are as people, who we are as men and women, and how we actually feel about each other. I have some flowers with me today that I purchased for myself. One of our past guests, Ariante, it's one of his art pieces about buying yourself roses. And so I did. And these actually are jewel tones, and they have other colors to them. And they freshen up the studio. They freshen up my life. And when we think of a Valentine, who is our Valentine? I am my first Valentine, and you are your first Valentine. And then, of course, we have so many other people that we can love and share our love with. The owner of this studio, Pod Populi, has a very, very popular show called The Great Love Debate. And I find that an absolutely perfect title, because we can discuss and have discourses round and round and round about what love really is and who's in love and what does it even mean. Mars, Venus, 4 agreements, 12 agreements, perspectives. And that also is what makes the world go around. So love in itself can have very, very many, many connotations. And many of us perhaps have had broken hearts. We've been in love, and that has been a true love. But then we might know that that love really wasn't a true love, and what makes us be in love. And these are just many, many of the questions. Peace, ultimately, is what we are here to be, to feel, to enjoy. And love is our essence. Love is that peace. And anything else is fear. We really only have 2 things, love and fear, peace and unpeace. So within every other construct are so many, many, many other perspectives. And think of your music, think of your songs, and think of your storylines that can go back and forth and on about love and fairy tale love and real love and family love and community love, which community love, I'm going to go ahead and share a song, some lyrics to a song, and I'm not going to sing it as much as that might actually be a little bit fun. But the Pretenders have a very popular song that I just love, and it's fun and it's dancey, and it's called The Message of Love. When I get remarried, I'm going to actually sing it. I'm not going to sing it, but it's going to be playing because this is why we're here. Now, the reason we're here as man and woman is to love each other, take care of each other. When love walks in the room, everybody stand up. Oh, it's good, good, good. Like Bridget Bardot. Now look at the people in the streets and in the bars. We are all of us in the gutter. Some of us are looking at the stars. Look round the room. Life is unkind. We fall, but we keep getting up over and over and over and over and over. Me and you, every night, every day, we'll be together, always this way. Your eyes are blue like the heavens above. Talk to me, darling, with a message of love. Now, the reason we're here, every man, every woman, is to help each other, take care of each other, stand by each other. When love walks in the room, everybody stand up. Oh, it's good, good, good. Say, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Talk to me, darling. Talk to me, darling. Yay, Chrissy Hines. I just love that song. Now, Don Miguel Ruiz has a book called The Four Agreements. And this gets into some perspective, perhaps, on how we feel and how someone can relate to us or not relate to us. And then this time with this particular holiday, it is in some ways as much of a setup because we can think, oh, who's going to get me what, or what do I get? What do I receive? What does love mean? Is it a chocolate? Is the chocolate the best thing for us, or perhaps not the best thing for us? And so these four agreements that is in his beautiful book, the first one is be impeccable with your word, speak with integrity, say only what you mean, avoid using words to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. Use the power of your word to offer love, never use it to cause fear or pain in another or yourself. Don't take things personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a result of their own dream or perception of their rules. We all make rules about how things should be, but when you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Don't take assumptions. Find the quiet courage to ask questions and to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment, and it will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. Now, even within these four agreements, we could each have differing interpretations of what that means and how to put these into practice. But this, again, is what makes the world go around, and it makes for really, really great conversations. So another song, actually a poem, which gets into self-love, is a beautiful poem that was given to me a long time ago. And to be honest, the ramifications are still rolling through. It was a gift from someone who I loved, and now we've been long parted, and that's a beautiful thing. So what I didn't realize at the time is what he was saying as the gift. And so for those of you who know the late Mary Oliver, she is a beautiful poet, And so this is called the journey. One day, you finally knew what you had to do and began. Though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice, though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old tug at your ankles, "Mend my life," each voice cried. "Mend my life," each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do. Though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations, though their melancholy was terrible, it was already late enough and wild at night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice, which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. There's a bit of mastery and self-love for that. So, what brings you joy? What feels like love to you? Who are the people that you're sharing this day with? Any day. Is it yourself? Are there animals? Is it with your God, your divine presence? You are the divine presence of other people. There is a mentor that has been greatly helpful to me in his book, his first book. This is Panache Desai, his first book, Discovering Your Soul's Signature. And I knew this is all full of love. Everything about it is about love. But here we are towards the end of the chapters. And I'm going to read this. Where does love begin? Is there a starting place? A seed that is planted somewhere, then grows into something we can feel and see. Does love have a house? Does love have a face, a body, a voice, a form? Love exists. Love has always existed. Love existed before there was an earth, before there were galaxies, before anything we know as life came into being. Love is the ocean in which we swim. It is the air we breathe. It permeates every particle, every molecule, every single aspect of our experience. If we cannot trace love back to its beginnings, then surely we know that love never ends. This is the one constant, the never-changing truth of life itself. Love dwells within you, around you, for you, through you, ever present, available, accessible. It is your guiding principle. The hand of love has touched your life from its inception. That hand has never wavered. It gently ushers you on. It offers you support and guidance. It comforts you. It points you in directions you never would have dreamed of. You are holding the last pages of this book. This book itself is love. The hand that turns the page is not separate from the page. The reader and the words are one and the same. As you sleep tonight, the sound sleep of one who is filled with peace and contentment, know that love is all around you. And should you for a moment forget that this is the case, you need look no further than within. The end is really just the beginning. I love you, and thank you for loving me. And thank you for loving yourself. And thank you for loving each other. And thank you for listening. And find us on Facebook. Please be sure to like, follow, review, and share this podcast. Thank you.